It's alive. Whatever this is, ladies, this is the property of the United States of America and top secret.
Hey, kids, it's second-class cinema.
Hey!
We're gonna be watching kids' movies the whole month.
Hey!
Let's start the show.
Welcome to Second Class Cinema, the show where we watch a B movie and immediately discuss. I'm Tom. I'm here with Brittany, Eric, and Jimmy.
Hi, Johnny.
Welcome back.
Hey,
How are you?
Hey, supposedly Johnny. I told Eric we had Johnny coming on later. He's like, okay, cool.
And I showed up today. I was like, who's Johnny?
But it's actually Jimmy.
Hey, here I am.
Hi, Johnny.
How's it going?
I did it all for the Nukie.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
God.
Nukie.
Yes.
the Nukie.
Everyone.
So, yeah, for the last episode for Kids Movie Month, it's going to be wrapping up. This is the last one.
Is this a kids movie?
Yeah, right?
It's terrifying.
Presumably.
I'm assuming it's a kids movie.
I don't know who this movie is for, to be honest.
But this movie is 1988's Nukie. I had seen this movie on the message board, badmovies.org, and just kind of heard about it. There's a couple other reviews out there. People did this movie.
What did they say about it?
Oh, awful
Tour de
things.
Force. Great movie. 5 stars.
Awful things about this
A plus
movie.
plus 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 plus. Would buy again.
The good old-fashioned eBay rating. But yeah, so yeah, we decided to do Nukie. I guess it's kind of a group pick. We just wanted to round out Kids Month with something kind of awkward.
Jimmy's
Yeah,
terrified
for
of
sure.
aliens.
Yeah, Jimmy's
Something
scared of
like
aliens.
real bad.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, so
Basically, it's an hour and 40 minutes of two aliens screaming for each other.
yeah, that's a pretty good synopsis. Do we want to go for a better synopsis? Anyone want to try, or should we just not try?
This might be a
it's
group
It's a
effort.
movie about two aliens screaming each other's names. One of them's in America, and one of them's in Africa. Right in the center of Africa.
Right, Central Africa, yeah. They're brother aliens that crash land on two different parts of the world, and they have to come back together. I don't know. I mean, I get it. They're brothers. I know that they have to come back together, right? I mean, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I
But like,
guess.
what else is driving that? Like, besides that,
The thing that
Nothing.
pissed me off the most about this movie, besides the movie, is that they never really explain where the hell these two little bastards came from.
that was one of the questions I had. Was say, where are they from?
Space.
Well, like, what are they? They were like, they don't have any lungs or hearts or brains,
They're
but
spacemen.
they have brainwaves and...
I don't know, but I get it. They're from outer space. That's great. Awesome.
Well, and then they were just like flying around, being a couple of dickheads, and they crash landed. Did they even really crash land on Earth?
That's what they
seems like
said.
they were pretty much just heading there, regardless.
I feel like they were playing tag or something, and then just like, whoops.
They were like space drunk driving.
Yeah.
They crashed into Earth.
This is like the Asylum version of E.T.
Okay, you clowns, cut the crap.
Let's talk about successes for the movie then.
Music, that'll be all.
Soundtrack was boss.
Soundtrack was 80s boss.
Yeah. It sounded like, I don't think any of you guys played Blood Dragon, but Blood
did
Dragon
not.
was like an 80s parody version of Far Cry 3, which is like a first-person shooter. And it was, it took like a lot of tropes from like the Terminator movies and all sorts of other 80s sci-fi action. And it had a really awesome soundtrack, and this reminded me a lot of that.
I feel like it was very dark. And like,
Yeah,
wah.
I
a little
would say-
sinister.
I would say that my success is the shitty 1980s computer mainframe that became self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they actually did a pretty good job with the computer, the HAL of the movie.
And it laughed like a...
Vincent
a-
Price.
psychotic person.
Yeah, I mean, the movie's production values were actually kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Considering what I was expecting for what to happen for this movie.
I was expecting F-grade trash.
Yeah.
And I got a nice C average.
I mean,
That's generous.
yeah. I mean, production value, just strictly.
What do you think the budget was for something like that?
Well,
$7 and a can of Billy beer.
And do you think they made their money back?
do I think they made their money back on Nukie? Maybe.
They did not make the $7 back, but they did keep the Billy beer.
They may have made their money back on Nukie just because
have, yeah.
the director of this movie has gone on to direct other things and had directed things previously. So I don't think that he'd be getting anything if he didn't make something.
Like, if E.T. was blacklisted in South Africa and they watched this movie and this was their E.T., then maybe.
That's a good point, because there could be plenty of countries like internationally that didn't have access to ET, so they got Nukie instead.
Oof.
I don't know if that'd be true, but
That's a raw deal.
Yeah,
Well, if you
that's-
remember
yeah,
the
raw
movie
deal, Stark
Tropic
Schwarzenegger.
Thunder, where were they? They were in Vietnam, right?
I think so.
They were all obsessed with that movie, Simple Jack,
Yeah.
which was his worst movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I mean, some weird...
See where I'm going here?
Yeah, movies make their way to weird places and become like a staple because that's all they have.
Right.
So I can imagine that could have happened with Nukie. Just because he's such a potent character, he looks so weird.
Yes, he looks like
everything.
Vern Troyer covered in Nutella.
Everything that could have gone wrong with E.T. did go wrong in making Nukie.
We were talking about how E.T. totally walks the line between like ugly and cute, but everything is kind of tipped towards the cute end.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, E.T. And then
He loves Reese's
love
Pieces,
E.T..
for Christ's sake.
yeah, he's so cute. Like, And then when they made Nukie, they tilted it to the other side of the creepy
Look at
part.
this disgusting
God.
fucking thing.
Melted pile of
Tom,
shit.
can I swear on this show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and swear.
All right.
By all means.
Checking.
Explicit.
I just wanted to be that guy.
I know you wanted to be that guy.
I've
for
always
so long.
wanted to be that guy.
Well, there you go. Totally can swear.
Yeah, I only wrote down music for pluses.
Yeah. I actually wrote down, and Jimmy brought up, the character of the computer was actually legit comedy stuff, like decent stuff for kids to laugh at.
The
Pretty
only
well written,
successful thing in this.
Yeah, the only thing that came across as like human was the computer.
Yeah, as far as storytelling,
Yeah,
I feel.
the comedy was there for sure. We're moving rapidly onwards into the failures, and Jimmy, do you want...
I was going to say, I mean, what the fuck? These two things, they come from outer space. They're flying around. One lands in Africa. One lives in America. The one in Africa is trying to get to America. He goes and he flies around the goddamn moon, but he can't fly over to America.
Dude.
The hell is that shit?
I had that as a question also. I was like, why can you fly around the moon 7 times, but you can't fucking fly across the ocean to America?
Because he had to put on a sweet Italo disco show for these dumb kids.
Zero logic.
I know what it was.
What was it?
Border Patrol.
No Nukies allowed, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
The biggest negative was that the main character was ugly and terrifying.
Yeah. That is a big problem for this movie.
Yeah,
Where
like-
the selling point is supposed to be how endearing this character is, and he is horrified.
There should have been way more
I don't know if they were like
explosions.
animatronics or
No, there was definitely a guy in the suit.
like blinking
like,
and stuff.
like
because
moving something.
the
Because,
eyes were blinking like independently of each other, and it was the creepiest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, that and they would try to talk and the mouth wouldn't move, but the eyebrows would like pulsate.
And then, like, he was just, like, wet. Like, but only selectively.
Hey,
Yeah, his nose was running 24/7. That was the second thing I wrote down. So wet, yuck.
Yeah, it almost looks like... And some shots, it looked like the puppetry was, like, falling apart, and, like, they just hot glued it back together down the nose,
all
like, to
down
the
the
lip.
nose was just like soaked.
I'm
looking.
telling you, they took this puppet out after every night after rap, and they'd go party with this puppet, and then they'd have to deal with it.
Yeah, there was only one Nukie and only one Miko, and they had to last the entire shoot.
Thrashed though.
Yeah, by the end they were falling apart for sure. My main failure was just how disgusting Nukie is.
Yeah.
Like, he's just fucking gross.
Should we go
Yeah.
through the list of things we compared?
Yes.
like to?
So during
Okay.
during
Dirty analogies.
during the course of the movie, we collected a list of all the things that Nukie kind of reminded us of, and Eric was taking them down. So
Yeah. This is a pretty significant list, so hold on, folks.
you could speed through it and skip over the boring ones.
Okay, well, we'll start with the simple ones.
Oh wait, I had one to add before you even start.
Okay, what
Looks like the Mad Magazine guy in blackface.
Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah, I can see that.
Nice.
All right, well, he looks
Proceed.
like a potato, a donut, a Chernobyl peanut, straight up Mr. Peanut motherfucker, sun-dried peanut, peanut butter Yoda, deep-fried Baby Ruth, Hans Moleman, cheese alien, a Three Musketeers bar, circus peanut boiled in mud, a well-done steak, shaved splinter, Vern Troyer covered himself in Nutella, Toblerone melted on a sidewalk. They left Ron Perlman in the oven too long. A Klingon's asshole. Breakfast sausage left in a car all summer. Something I ate at Denny's. Ugly fucking lump. Teletubby in a microwave. Someone tried to erase a portrait of Rick Moranis with barbecue sauce. I don't know what that means. And then near the end of the movie, there's a line where one of the kids pretty clearly says, "He's my friend, he's half turkey." I wrote that down because it counts.
That is definitely the line in the movie.
Oddly-
We actually rewound that to make sure that's what he said, and it is fucking what he said.
Oddly enough,
This little sad, starving African child is is like, oh my god, I have a friend and he's a turkey. So even if he dies, like, I win. Like, it's a win-win situation for this little African kid.
Oddly enough, I think my favorite one is Ugly Fucking Lump.
Tom had no respect for this character design.
Oh no,
He
dude.
just gave up on coming up with creative things. He was just,
This is a character where if I had come across it in real life, I would have just kicked it in the face. Like, with no remorse.
Well, we were saying very early on that, Nukie was more terrifying during the daylight in the middle of, like, the field than it was at night.
Oh yeah, there was a whole
Oh,
scene
yeah.
where he was dancing in silhouette at night to some sort of music video with a fog machine kind of thing.
By the way,
was one-
favorite parts.
Reminded me of my college
We can go back
days.
to that.
And then there was also him just like staring at the sun, becoming like a sun-dried mud person, and he was even more terrifying in daylight. It was just absolutely disgusting.
Overall, like, the plot of this movie makes no real sense.
Yeah, I don't understand how all the connections were made between everybody.
Yeah, like,
It's
the cause and effect of this is really illogical.
Was the nun really important at all, or the Eric Harvey guy?
No, they
They
could have
were
written
Dr.
really not
Harvey?
important at all.
Yeah,
I feel
No,
like the
well,
village wasn't, like, important.
they could have written out like 80% of the characters in this movie.
Yeah,
That would've been
Dr.
much
Harvey
better.
was the one who brought Miko from America to
Yeah, but that was
Africa.
his only purpose.
Well, yeah.
Even though Nukie could have just flown across the fucking ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
think that would have
get
been a
that.
better resolution.
Was that Steve Railsback?
the Dr. Harvey.
Yeah.
think so.
I think so.
And why the hell could Nukie only talk to monkeys and that was it?
Yeah, and they could talk back.
Look
to
who's
They
him.
would
talking
say
now.
stupid shit.
Part 3, the return of Nukie.
Nukie 2,
The
Cockadoodle
acting
Doo.
was pretty terrible in this movie, also.
Yeah,
It was
acting
very,
was-
like,
I've seen
wooden.
worse, but it was
I've
pretty
also
bad.
seen worse.
You know what? I think the child actors were actually pretty good, though.
They were definitely the best ones.
I was impressed.
And the nun lady, because she was
Yeah.
Mrs. Banks in Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
She's a gem.
we've gone on a run where we've actually been experiencing good kid actors in movies. They're outshining the
Yeah,
adults. Isn't that
oddly
weird?
enough.
They were like, oh, the kids kind of stole the show for this one, for the kids movie, which makes perfect sense, you know. But
Kids
I mean,
are often intolerable in movies these days.
Yeah. What else do we have? Why did this movie feel weird? Because I know I felt weird. There was
It was weirdly inappropriate, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure who it was for. Like, I don't feel like it could possibly be for really little kids, but anyone above the age of like
It's-
6 would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I feel like it's that movie that, like you said, maybe 6, 7, 8-year-olds probably watch, and those are the kids who are like really quiet in high school, like, sat in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Like me.
I know. I have a niece who's going to be 8, and I kind of want to just show this to her and see what she thinks.
So you just want to traumatize your niece.
Well,
It's for science, damn it.
yeah.
I think on the episode where we covered Deathbed, we were talking about how like that's a movie you would accidentally see as a child.
Oh,
and
my
like it would
God.
traumatize you, but you'd be like, I thought that was just like some weird fever dream I had. This falls into that same camp.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
This
Like
is-
you'd be like, I think I saw E.T. when I was a kid and it scared the shit out of me. And then 20 years later, you'd be like, oh no, I saw some other piece of shit. E.T.'s great.
I might be like, oh no, wait, this movie's awesome. What the hell did I see?
Yeah, you would just remember like pieces of like the dance sequence. You'd be like, "What?"
Yeah. No, it's like RoboCop. I don't remember anything from RoboCop except the creepy claymation robot climbing up the elevator shaft, and it's scaring the crap out of me.
There's always those parts to movies that stick with you like that, and I love it. Anything else? Anything else?
The pacing of this movie is fucking glacial.
Yeah.
Most of the movie involves the two aliens fucking falling asleep because they're not used to the Earth's atmosphere or something.
Yeah.
So like they're constantly just like dozing off and having no energy and fucking falling asleep in the middle of a field.
That was like me in the last half hour of this movie.
Who could blame you?
Oh yeah, and they mentioned IBM in the film. I'm wondering how much money IBM spent to have a spot in this film.
Well, it
Oh.
wasn't spoken favorably, so probably nothing.
Oh yeah, they were like, the computer has developed emotions. They were like, report this to IBM.
Yeah, remember
like,
the
really?
Nukie.exe?
Oh yeah. Running Nukie.exe.
So weird.
Yeah, I don't know. This movie.
And they take the monkey with them to space at the end.
yeah.
Well,
What the hell's
Monkey's
up
been,
with
Like,
that?
can they just turn anyone into a flying ball of energy?
Yeah. Well, they
Well,
did
they
it to
turned the
one of the
kid,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah, the Tico.
That's true.
Tika.
Tico Torres, drummer from
Blink 182.
No, Have a Nice Day guy, Bon Jovi. Tico Torres.
Have a nice day, guy.
No, he's.
Yeah,
I don't know who
guys.
Bon Jovi is, but
know
it's
who
always Have a
Bon
Nice Day
Jovi
guy.
is.
No, I don't. Are there any other failures, but we could also start asking each other some questions that we might have about this movie. I know we've got a couple.
My main question is if this is an anti-American propaganda film. Because at times it kind of feels like it is.
It bounces back and forth. Like, sometimes they speak of America favorably as, like, this place to go for, to be free and have, food. And then other times they're talking about how, like, well, the imperialism of, like, the Americans just brings you, like, cigarettes and beer and ruins your culture.
Yeah,
so,
there's, like, one point where the little African kid is screaming, like, help us, America. And it was very awkward.
And no one helped, kind of a thing. And, like, they were the same people who kind of imprisoned Miko, so it was just a bad impression overall. Like,
Yeah,
they had
exactly.
to, like, we had to steal Miko away from America and bring him back to Central Africa so he can go be with his brother.
If it was an American movie, it would be like an Asian villain or like a Russian villain who's like,
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. They'd have to go to Moscow and
Also,
get Nukie back.
But we're that guy in this movie, and it's
you
weird.
want the Nukie.
Soda Popinski. All right, so here's a question. Why the hell won't Nukie die?
He was slowly rotting.
But, like, I feel like they claimed him dead like 2 or 3 times during the movie, and then he just shows up. after
Nukie's
that.
dead and he's a half turkey.
Oh, wait.
Mom.
There he is, and he's just standing there like, hey, guys,
Hi.
it's me, Nukie.
I was just at craft services. I was getting a bagel.
JK, I had to re-up.
like, he just
I just
didn't
had to
die.
take another nap, like the 25 other times I did during this movie.
It was just confusing, and it's just, why?
I get a why.
Why?
Why did Miko just keep getting up off his examining table and just coming out and playing with the computer?
Yeah,
And then he'd go back into the table.
The Americans were very incompetent in this movie.
Yeah, I don't
One of them thought he was a clown.
Oh my god! Okay, another favorite
Oh, that
part.
scientist lady was such a bitch. I hated her.
Barbara Rhinestone.
Dr. Rhinestone.
Dr. Barbara Rhinestone.
Barbara Rhinestone.
Barbarian Rhinestoner.
Rhinestone is such an American last name. It's so good. And then hold on, I think I have. Oh yeah, I have one more question. Like, all right, so Nukie's got powers, right? He's
Yeah.
got these powers. He can light rocks on fire.
He can do everything he wants except find his goddamn brother.
except
Except
just
get to America.
puddle jump his way to
Yeah.
to America. But like, where do his powers end? Like,
That's very poorly explained.
yeah,
It's
like
very
what
vague.
are they, and where do they stop?
Yeah, what fuels them?
Yeah, I don't get what his powers are. I don't know what he's capable of. I know he's got some sort of telepathy.
Yep.
But like only sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
How much
he can-
telepathy does a humanoid monkey have?
Whatever's
He can-
convenient to the plot.
He can only turn into a ball of energy involuntarily and fly around the moon
Yeah, that's
and dodge arrows and freeze people.
I know.
That's
That
an
was the
elegant-
other thing.
I was like, the moon is so far.
He froze that African soldier, and props to the African soldier actor who managed to stay in that position for like a good 4 minutes.
Yeah.
like in a
that
bow
was-
drawn pose, just completely stiff.
Then they did that again later in the movie. Same gag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good, a really good callback.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Actually, the parts of this movie that were intentionally comedic were actually really well done.
Yeah.
like I think that would be another success.
Like
to
the
put on it.
robot saying that you suck.
That was awesome.
You know what, lady? You suck.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was legit.
Unfortunately, those parts were few and far in between. This movie tried to be more sentimental than it tried to be funny.
Yeah, and the sentiment didn't work because Nukie was so hideous and horrifying.
Yeah, you can't identify with a disgusting blob.
Yeah.
I have a few risks.
Love will conquer all, unless your brother is a mutated turd.
All right, what are some risks?
Your brother is melted Milky Way. My first risk is that Nukie is terrifying.
Pretty
My
big risk.
second risk is that they included like pretty grotesque medical testing on Miko, like for a kids movie. They're like
Yeah,
giving
that'd
him
be pretty
shots, and he was like convulsing.
Let's pump him full of uranium.
Yeah, I thought
See
that
what
was,
happens.
That's
I
science.
thought that was risque.
Yeah, I
Hey,
guess that
I
could be
don't know what
traumatizing.
life in South Africa is like. Maybe that's like small potatoes to them. But the last thing was shooting at kids in the end.
Oh, yeah,
because they
I
were
forgot
just
about
all
that.
out like trying to blast kids with AKs. And, like it was nobody's business.
Yeah, I feel like that's been a common theme in like violence towards children in kids movies when we were kids. I guess we'll just was okay.
acceptable.
Yeah, like we.
So much shit was acceptable when
Well,
we
look
were
at- look at
children.
Home
that is
Alone.
not acceptable now.
Well, I mean, it's exactly, and like we just watched the Three Ninjas movie, and it's Jim Varney trying to hack a kid at an amusement park with a sword. You know, like
Samurai sword.
like just right in public, like, it's unabashed. That doesn't.
Yeah, it was so acceptable that the bystanders didn't. They were like, okay, this is normal.
Yeah.
This is part of the show.
Oh, great. Yeah, but yeah. Do we have any more risks? I really didn't have any. I mean, I thought this movie was just kind of like not fit for
Consumption.
yeah, pretty much.
Fatfoot Films' newest comedy, How I Dumped My Ex-Boyfriend's Body, is now available on DVD and Blu-ray, exclusively at fatfootfilms.com. Critics are calling this raunchy comedy brilliant, hilariously dark, and instant classic. The How I Dumped My Ex-Boyfriend's Body DVD and Blu-ray is jam-packed with hours of bonus features. This exclusive offer is only available at fatfootfilms.com. Get your copy today.
I guess if we don't have anything else, we can just hit favorite parts. I mean, there's
Favorite
probably
parts.
there's a couple, right?
Despite how fucking bizarre this movie is, I have so many favorite parts.
Me too.
Like,
It's-
despite this movie making little to no sense, I have a whole bunch of them.
all right.
Well,
Well,
let's get through it.
let's get going.
Nukie flying the helicopter at the beginning by the church because we all were so convinced that he was going to knock over the huge crucifix on top of the church.
Oh my god, that would have been.
I was hoping it would go there, and it didn't, which was disappointing, but the prospect was enough. When you said he looked like a peanut butter Yoda, I had to write that down because that was hilarious. Somebody else can go. I have a couple more, unless you
I
want
was
me to
gonna
just
say,
get through all mine.
I think my favorite part was when we just sat around and tried to come up with things that Nukie looked like.
Oh my God. We were dying for a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, we had a good time with that one.
Oh, so bad.
One of the parts I actually liked from the movie. I mean, I guess liked is relative, but is the scene where Nukie was with that monkey Charlie
Yes.
in the candy shop or whatever it was, and this monkey was just going around like eating candy, talking about how much he loved his red shirt and his red pants.
He's like, this candy matches my shirt.
That monkey has diabetes.
How
Yeah,
do you like my shirt, eh?
and it was a total like 50s gangster.
Yes!
Like he was awesome, and him and Nukie were just like hanging out eating candy. And I was like, okay, I get why a kid would like this.
Yeah, no, I kind of...
It's like adventurous and new. Like
One of the
Nukie's
things-
kind of scared. He's like, "Ooh, what is this?"
One of the few things in this movie a child could potentially relate to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a monkey and an alien just fucking downing candy.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, as a kid, I would have enjoyed that.
Like, oh, all right.
Simplicity at its finest.
They pulled from the E.T. Reese's Pieces thing right there.
They did.
Reese's Pieces.
You said Reese's Pieces too.
I
That's a good
did.
thing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I'm going to do it for the rest of my life.
It only occurred to me like 6 months ago. I was like, wait a minute. They're pieces that belong to Reese's. Shit.
Yeah, there's
They're
a
fucking Reese's Pieces.
I've been living a
Everybody can go to hell.
lie.
that's an entirely different podcast that has this discussion.
The candy pronunciation
Yeah.
podcast.
The self-aware computer when Miko was like, good night, friend, or whatever. And the computer was like, good night, whatever that is. I didn't know if he meant good night, whatever that is, whatever good night is, or whatever Miko is, because he's not like
Oh,
a human.
I didn't even
No,
think
I
of
think,
that.
I think they were trying to say
Good
the
night.
computer is trying to learn human dialect or something like that.
So he didn't know what good night was?
In
Yeah.
Because the
fairness,
whole time I was assuming it was that he didn't know what Miko was because he's an alien. Like, good night, whatever that is. And that's why I thought it was so funny until I just read it again, and then I was like, wait, does he mean good night?
Whatever
I like to
that
think-
is.
I like to think of it the other way.
I like your interpretation better.
Yeah, he was definitely wondering about good.
What the
and night.
fuck is that?
And the Nukie dance scene was my ultimate favorite part.
Yeah, that was weird. I wish it lasted longer and it was a little more weird.
Yeah, I was like really feeling it because the music was awesome.
He was terrible at
It was
dancing.
Fireworks everywhere.
He was trying to like do like the like worm arm thing, like the wave.
Yeah, but he was just like waddling instead.
Yes, so bad, like putting zero effort into it.
With like a fucking broken fog machine in the background.
But it was so foggy, like
Crazy
you couldn't
foggy.
see him. All you could see was like a silhouette that was like backlit.
It was so creepy.
European dance hit from 1981 was blasting.
I loved it. It was so out of place.
There were so many scenes of Nukie in silhouette, and I'm just like, it was a terrible, like, lumpy configuration.
Like when he was like walking, and it was like a shot from a distance.
Yeah,
It would be his giant like turd-shaped head,
like, oh, that's
and
so
his lumpy
terrible.
body.
That's not enjoyable to see.
No, it was pretty gross.
This
enjoys
gelatinous
seeing that?
lump.
Any other favorite parts? I know I just really enjoyed the computer character Eddie. He was definitely one of my favorite parts. Most of his stuff was really fun.
In particular, I liked when Miko teaches Eddie what music is, and like that bald scientist guy walks in and hears the music and like he's entranced by it, and it's like it was like early Nine Inch Nails like playing, and this scientist walks in and like takes his suit jacket like half off and starts dancing around like it's a scarf. Then he remembers he wanted to be a clown, and then he gets fired. I'm like, yeah, that seems appropriate.
Yeah,
Yes, because somehow this computer from the 1980s was able to manipulate his brainwaves.
Oh yeah, he raised his brainwaves. I remember that was very specifically
to make him act like a child.
Yes,
To make him
Lord.
go deep into his memory to realize that he wanted to be a clown as a child.
he always wanted to be an industrial clown.
Industrial clown.
What a fucking
I think we
freak.
just came up with a new thing there.
Oh,
Industrial clown.
That
do
might
it.
just be late 1999.
Oh, wait, that's a juggalo,
ICP.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we watched that video already.
Oh my god.
Also with the new, I guess there's a juggalo named Nukie as well.
He's not actually a juggalo.
He's not.
I don't know.
I don't know. We only watched about 12 seconds of his video. So I guess we can transition to the perspective of the movie, right? So I guess, was this movie, do you think it was effective for kids in 1988?
Maybe.
Honestly, in 1988, I was 2 years old, and I probably would have just watched whatever my parents put in front of my face.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
explains a lot.
Yeah, maybe the
But do you think you
small,
like it?
random,
That's-
weird demographic that we were talking about earlier. Like,
I mean,
I don't know.
there were shots of like exotic animals. That's kind of enticing for a young child at that time.
yeah, giraffes and shit.
I'm sure there was like just a scenario. There was like, a busy mother, trying to like occupy her child. It's like they were at Blockbuster Video. And it's like, oh, well, I don't know if it was in Blockbuster. But it's like, oh, Nukie, Alien. Yeah, here you go. Let's put this in, and I'm gonna go, do something else, and you watch Nukie.
I'm gonna
she
go
come
drink
back
mimosas.
half an hour later and is like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this could have been successful. I mean, maybe in an international market, maybe it saw some success. I have no idea, but
Yeah.
I don't see it being beyond the realm of possibility that it was successful on some front.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think depending on how much they spent making this, which I don't think is much,
Success is subjective.
yeah, that they could have made their cash back at least.
Yeah.
There were some wild animals in this movie.
Yeah, like I mean, there were some parts to this where you go, okay, I see where some money went.
I'm sorry, I just remembered another favorite part that I forgot to get to. There was a part where I think it was a tiger was approaching those two young kids, and Nukie comes to save them. And the tiger takes one look at Nukie, is like, "Oh fuck no, get the fuck away from me!" And then it just
What would have been wicked funny is if there was only one Nukie, and they brought in this lion, and the lion just mauled Nukie.
that would explain the quality of that costume.
Of the Nukie moving forward, the whole back half of the Mookie.
I know you were
movie.
like,
Fucking Mookie.
you're like, this lion knows that this is unnatural.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
get the
I
fuck
should
away
get
from
the
it.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm with you. I'm not sure this. I mean, I bet it had more success than it was probably worth. But do you think this movie would? Think kids today could watch this?
Oh, they'd be like, "What the
Absolutely
fuck?"
not. Well, kids love the Teletubbies, so I don't really
I mean,
know.
I think
Young
maybe
enough children,
a
maybe.
3 or 4 year old would just have no
Yeah.
form of comparison.
Young enough children will watch anything, but,
But then again, this movie is like an hour and 50 minutes or something.
40,
Yeah.
hour
Hour
40.
and 40. That's pushing it, even for me, an adult with an attention span.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if a kid would want to sit still for this thing for that long, because this movie just has stretches where nothing's happening.
Yeah, it's not enchanting enough. It's not like
No,
it's
I
magical.
told you it's an hour and 40 minutes of Nukie yelling for his brother.
Nukie!
Miko.
Nukie!
oh man,
I guess.
Nukie, where are you? I'm in New Jersey.
No, Miko is actually at Miami Beach.
That's right, he's in Miami
And then one of the kids knew where Miami Beach was. He's like, "Oh, he's in Miami Beach. Nukie, let's just turn us into stars. Pop us over to Miami Beach. We'll find your bro. All right."
Oh my god, this movie resolves so fucking fast.
Oh my god, yeah, because he died about 8 minutes before the movie ended. Nukie, they're like, "Oh, my half turkey died," and then all of a sudden he's back, and they have to wind that down real quick. They built up too much and then ended it really quick. But I guess we can rate it now. So let's rate it then.
yeah, I'm gonna go with.
Yeah,
fuck
I'm gonna
you.
have to give it an unfortunate fuck off.
Oh my god, my fucking father.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck yeah!
Hey!
let's rate this. let's get down to the fudge and truth. Jimmy, we've changed the ratings from the fuck system to the fudge system for Kids Movie Month.
Oh, okay.
So
watch your fucking watch your fudging language.
exactly. So just apply the fudge system to it. So
How many kids are listening to this podcast?
Enough.
Yeah. In fact, I think most
All
of our
of
listeners
them.
are children.
Yeah, enough.
This
dude.
is that podcast that like the parents go to bed and summer vacation. It's like I'm going to stay up and listen to second class cinema. That's I'm not supposed to.
Oh, exactly.
Just like I used to stay up and watch like South Park.
You rebel, you.
Same thing.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing. So who wants to rate it?
I think I'm ready to go.
All right, you go.
I give this movie Nukie is a half melted fudgicle.
I can definitely see that.
It was okay. I mean, it was kind of funny for a while. This is another one that it just goes on too long. Like an hour and 40. This movie doesn't hold the bad movie charm long enough to keep an hour and 40 going. If it was like an hour and 15, I think I would give this a really high rating. But I think for me, this is just like a middling rating. But we did have a lot of fun watching this. So
Yeah,
I have a pretty fond memory of this. That said, I never want to see it again. I'm going to have nightmares.
Yeah, I buy that. Anyone else?
I will give this a what the fudge
Yep.
because it is the epitome of fucking absurd. Fudging absurd. I think people should probably see it at least once based on just how absolutely bizarre it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's an experience. We laughed a lot watching it, but that is in no credit to how good it is.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Watch it once and then never again.
Jimmy?
I'm going to say Nukie is a piece of fudge, but nobody knows what the fudge is going on. No, I mean, I enjoyed watching it with you guys. I mean, if I was sitting there alone in my underwear in the living room, I'd just be like, I want to say, yeah, I'd turn it off halfway, but no, I would have watched the whole thing.
Beats getting up.
It's
Yeah,
too
it
bizarre
really
to like
does.
look away from.
No, seriously, I don't know. It is just freaking weird, and it was well done to an extent.
No, it was.
There was some good stuff in there, but it was a CF.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like bad movies with decent production values tend to hold up a lot better
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
when we come to like, that was okay kind of thing,
Yeah. Well, because they didn't insult us with quality and content. They just insulted us with content,
Yeah,
which
it's like if
is
it's gonna-
bad, but
If it's gonna be bad, at least it can be like decent to look at.
yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's the least you
Double
can do.
assault.
I'll give this movie. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard because I did enjoy watching it with you guys, but it's an absolute travesty.
I feel like we need to establish a new rating for that.
May God have mercy on your soul.
May God have mercy on your fudge. No, I guess I'll just give it a standard. What the fudging fudge? It's
Fudging fudge.
it's just weird. It's out there, and I don't know. I feel like this probably warped a couple kids growing up, and I bet you like the kids who saw this grew up, and then they were like, "Oh, you ever watched that movie Nukie when you were a kid?" And everyone's like, "No, what is
What are you
Nukie?"
talking about?
Like, watch it; it'll be fun. And then they watch it, and it's like, "Who
And
the
then
fuck are you?"
School shootings happened.
Yeah.
I hope nobody ever revisited this because it destroyed them if they did.
Oh yeah. If they had fond memories of this and watched this as an adult, they'd be embarrassed. I feel like that would happen, especially if it was in front of a group of people.
Nukie.
So yeah, I mean, I guess all around it was a low rating.
It was a fucking weird ride, let me tell you.
It was definitely weird,
Yeah,
but I guess
we should watch this movie, The Dark Side of the Moon.
maybe it'll make sense. Might make sense then. Any final thoughts on Nukie before we wrap it up?
If anyone has a copy of the soundtrack to this movie, I fucking want it.
Nukie.
I don't have anything written down here.
Nukie, go bye-bye.
I need my Nukie.
I got nothing. Here. It just reminds me of a donut.
I have that he always looks like his nose is running.
Yeah.
Creepy
he's
blinking eyes, creepy monkey laugh.
Yeah, at first I
Space
thought he was a
baby.
monkey. He was like a space monkey, but he really wasn't. But he could only talk to monkeys and people. I wonder if there was some kind of underlying thing going on there.
Well, he spoke English, to
monkeys don't
Africans.
speak English.
Exactly. And then he spoke to
There's
other
an
monkeys.
evolution thing in there somewhere.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, when Miko was looking over the computers, he was referring to it as a primitive technology. He's like, oh, look at this shit.
It's so quaint.
Yeah, like, this is cute. Look at this computer. Ha ha.
It's like you go into the attic and you find your old Commodore 64. You're like, "Pah." Yeah, okay, I got blast processing now, motherfucker.
Yeah, I got a ColecoVision in the closet, or I got the Xbox One, you know what I mean? But I guess if that's it, guys, that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That was a quick one for Kids Movie Month. Nukie was just weird. It made me feel weird. There were a couple of weird moments that I just kind of, I don't know, there's that weird thing that happens in my chest. It kind of started happening when I watched, you ever see Land of the Lost? Like the one that came out in like the 80s, 90s for
The
us?
TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. When I used to watch when I was a kid, I used to feel weird.
What the hell was the monkey's name? Stink?
Stink, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, this gave me that same, like, weird feeling. I can't explain it. I don't know what it is. But I guess
We'll never
heed
know.
the warning. So, yeah. This is Second Class Cinema, and you watched nothing.
If you'd like more
We watched
information,
not
please
yet.
navigate to www.thestudioseller.com.
No, man, this is the wrong one.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong one, dude. Got to wrap it up with Second Class stuff.
Okay.
Kids Month was fun.
Kids Month
Movie
was-
Month.
Yeah, it's Kids Movie Month. we keep messing that one up. That's weird.
Yeah.
No, it was a good time watching a ton of kids movies.
Yeah.
Um,
So next month is Kids Month.
where we just sit and stare at a child for an hour and a half.
No, next
Ew.
month is Elderly Month.
Oh,
We just watch
Drive it,
elderly
Miss
films.
Daisy.
that's what I thought.
Driving over Miss Daisy.
Stay tuned.
Television.
We watched 1988's Nukie, and I think we watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on
Probably a no-no, but we did it anyway. I think I saw it on VHS on Amazon for like $4. I
Don't
think
do that.
don't think it's worth it.
Probably not.
But if that's what you want to do, you can go ahead and get it there.
There's a lot of sick people out there, so you know what? You do what you do.
It's a sick world, and you
What a
can.
time.
I want to know who the person is who uploaded this movie to YouTube.
Oh, it was a VHS rip, but it wasn't that bad either.
It's been viewed like 12,000 times, so...
Well, I think this movie has a reputation. Like I said, I saw this on the message board, badmovies.org, on the forum part of it, and yeah, it was a pretty decent description. It got me to watch it. But yeah, I guess you can listen to more of us on Podbean, secondclasscinema.podbean.com. You can now listen to a backlog of our episodes on fatfootfilms.com, who has brought us Kids Movie Month, and you can see the 48-hour movie on there. I directed it. Jimmy did the soundtrack for it with Adapter.
Yes, I was going to mention too.
What's
Ryan reached out to me and he wants to use our music for all of his little videos.
Oh, Fat for Films?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to do original stuff, or is he going
I
to...
don't know.
He's just going to use something that you already have?
I don't know. He listened to the album and he just hit me up. He was like, "Oh, can I use this?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't care. Go ahead."
Nice. I'm sure he'll do it justice. But yeah, go to fatforfilms.com. You can check out some really cool content there. We are on iTunes and TuneIn and YouTube and Stitcher.
Oh, Stitcher!
Oh,
What a
Stitcher.
piece of shit!
I know. Stitcher...
More like shitcher.
Oh, Stitcher does fine with Second Class Cinema, but it always fucks up Studio Seller episodes. But speaking of Studio Seller, I guess you can go and listen to the Matt Jaisley Back from Hell interview
Yes.
that we all did together, which was just a good time. Thank you, Matt, again for that one, and maybe have another interview coming up pretty soon here. Who knows? But I guess that's it.
We did get a shout out from the little brother from Surf Ninjas.
Oh, that's
yeah.
true too. Got a Surf Ninja shout out on the Surf Ninja Legacy Facebook page.
Yes, we did.
So that was pretty sweet. And thank you, Jimmy, for coming by and watching this movie with us.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, good to see
It's
you,
always
Johnny.
nice when you invite me over to your house for once.
Yeah.
For once.
Well, I asked you today, and I was like, Jimmy's probably busy. You know, he's a busy guy.
No, I don't do anything. I just sit around and wait for you to text me. Really,
All right. That's good to know.
And then you pick up pizzas and bring them over.
Cheese pizzas.
like, what can I do to make Tom like me more? Oh, pizza.
It worked.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
2 cheese pizzas.
But yeah, that's all she wrote, everyone.
Kevin McAllister special.
Good night. Good night on Kids Movie Month.
Yes.
Nukie,
Hey.
Nukie, 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 Nukie,
I'm Jim.
Nukie, Nukie, Nukie,
That's Tom.
Nukie, 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 Nukie,
I did it all for the Nukie.
He cannot hear you.